In life, we never know what or when something can happen to us. 4.5 years ago, I was diagnosed with heart failure. I was 29 at the time. I didn't have a care in the world, just kind of came out of nowhere. My wife had just had our child, and I was healthy before, but I ended up getting sick and I had really bad stomach pains. Come to find out, I was diagnosed with heart failure.
It was absolutely terrifying to not know what was going to happen to my husband or how much time we had together. He was really sick when we first found out, so we weren't sure what was going to happen with him.
They immediately sent me to the hospital to do further testing, and it ended up being that they noticed that my beat was significantly different than it should be.
We found Wesley to be an excellent candidate for a heart transplant, but because of the shortage of donor organs, we were really concerned that he may not survive until a donor heart became available. At that point, we began to really consider that he should have a left ventricular assist device implanted to help bridge him to the point where he could be safely transplanted.
Wesley's case highlights the impact of cardiovascular disease. Cardiovascular disease doesn't care how young or how old you are. It doesn't care about your gender. It doesn't care about your race. It affects all of us. And thankfully, through technology, innovation, and research, we have the tools we have today, but we have a lot more work to do to improve the health and access to care for all Oregonians.
Dr. Mudd, myself, are part of the multidisciplinary team, so we take care of them not only when they're in the hospital with an acute illness, but in clinic for the rest of their lives. Seeing Wesley and his family doing well, knowing that he's at home and healthy and able to be back at work while he waits for his heart transplant with his LVAD is really the most amazing thing.
I have a ventricular assist device, and we call it the VAD. It's essentially a heart pump. It's a rotary pump that installed at the bottom of your heart, and it rotates at a constant speed and supplies blood as if the heart were pumping regularly.
20 years ago, we didn't have access to the kind of devices that saved Wesley's life, and we're so happy to be able to offer him this kind of life-saving therapy.
I have an amazing second chance at life. I was literally dying. I had to go to the hospital and do something about it immediately. There was no other option to survive for me but to have the assist device implanted. And I am very grateful for that opportunity to have a second chance and to spend time with the family and have a chance to see my children grow older and to get old with my wife. It's, I'm really grateful.